Alright, okay, I'm just Nick here. Today we're gonna finish out the Lockwood 300 Mastery. If you don't know what weapon mastery is, basically you just have to get kills with a certain camo on the gun. You have to do 100 kills with gold camo, 200 with platinum camo, 300 with polyatomic, and 400 with Orion. A lot more people are starting to understand this and know what's going on, but for those that don't, there you go. It's honestly a lot easier than doing all these other challenges. Even though these challenges weren't hard, the hardest part was leveling up the gun. So I recently just changed my settings around a little bit on my controller. If you guys don't run controller, then this probably won't really apply to you. But I did just find a TikTok. I don't really watch TikTok a whole lot, but when I do like see a lot of tips that do honestly help me out. I don't think that like every tip I see is useful and or good, but I definitely like to see what's like new. So this TikTok I saw, basically it was updating my movement, and all I have to do is just change around a couple of settings. So basically this video went over a couple of settings in my controller that I'm able to change around, and I want to test it out, especially since I'm using a shotgun. I find having this setting a little weird. So basically I always run automatic tac sprint. That's always what I've done, and that's what I did the entire time I got Orion. And now I watched a video that said to turn that off. So basically I just turn this off now. No automatic sprint, and then I go to advanced, and then I have to go to tactical sprint behavior and single tap run. I just tap it once and I run. I find this a little bit easier with the shotguns because sometimes I'll accidentally like sprint when I'm not trying to. I don't know if I'm gonna do it with like say an AR or a stub, but we are definitely going to do it with these shotguns, I think. And you never know, maybe I get like really comfortable with this and stay, but I don't know. I mean, like, I don't really like pressing down on my controller. I feel like it's gonna wear out my controller faster. Am I weird for that? That guy just got a quad. Wow. Oh my god, I just spawned up and got hit by it again. This guy just got a triple. Can I stop just running into my teammate? Get off me! Turbo! I'm so upset. If I spawn up and Turbo runs into me, I fucking can't. Turbo, get the fuck away from me. Let me know if you guys end up changing that setting or not, if it actually helps you. Let me know if you do it for anything besides like a shotgun, because I've only found it really useful for a shotgun. I do think I'm going to change it back when I'm done with shotguns. I just like auto attack sprint, I think, a little bit more than pressing down on my controller. Get out of the cheese grater! So, fantasy playoffs started this week, and I was in 2 out of 3 leagues. I made it to the playoffs. I am upset, yes. Only made it out of 2 out of 3. I made it in the big one, in the little one. I'm in 3 leagues. I have a big one, a middle one, and a little one. Alright, following so far? So basically, I made it in the big one, right? And my QBs were Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. And obviously they were both hurt this week, so I was left QB-less, and it was a super flex league. If you don't know what a super flex league, basically I can have a QB as a flex. So I had Kyler and Lamar, and they're both injured this week, and I ended up losing by like 17 points. I don't know about you guys if you play fantasy at all, but I've been really enjoying it. I think I took a couple year break from it, and then just came back to it this year, and I've been really enjoying it. Been doing it with some IRL friends, some high school friends, some college friends. It's been a lot of fun. So in my little fantasy league, wasn't much buy-in and there's not as many people in it. I am in the playoffs and I did end up winning this week. Barely. I do have Lamar in that league as well, and he was injured, and I was lucky enough to still have Josh Allen. Again, it was a super flex league. I had Josh Allen, so I did have a QB, ended up winning in that league. That's awesome. So I mean, I guess at least I have an opportunity to win a little bit. And in the middle league, technically, the playoffs started this week, but for me, it started last week because I needed to win. 7-6 going into that week, right? At one point, I was 2-6 in that league. I made some big trades, really turned around my team. I ended up getting Josh Jacobs, and I also got Tony Pollard. I did a couple of trades, ended up trading away Jonathan Taylor at a good time and got Josh Jacobs, which was awesome. And then I got Tony Pollard for Adam Thielen and Jahan Dotson, which was obviously a big plus and really turned around my season. But I just couldn't win the last regular season game, and because I didn't win that, I did not make the playoffs. The reason why I didn't make the playoffs is only 6 can make it. I was playing the guy that was also the same record as me. It was winner of that made the playoffs. And he just so happened to beat me by, I believe, just like 10 points. Barely beat me. Yeah, 10 points is a lot in fantasy, I agree. Again, had people injured, you know, like big pieces injured. It just sucked to suck to see them all hurt. Hopefully I can win in this little league and then have an opportunity to do something. That'll be cool. Let me know how your guys' fantasy football leagues went. If you guys are winning, did you make the playoffs? I'm on the Sleeper app, and in the Sleeper app, there's the Toilet Bowl. And basically, the Toilet Bowl is the playoffs for all the people that didn't make the playoffs, right? So the Toilet Bowl is basically the worst of the worst. People that lost literally every game in the loser bracket playoffs, right? They at least have to lose twice to make the Toilet Bowl. Losing the Toilet Bowl in this big league, they're going to do a punishment. And then in our league, the punishment is going on a date with a inflatable sex doll, right? Either or. I think is that a W or an L punishment for our league? Let me know how you guys did in your fantasy football league, if it's still going, or did you guys make the playoffs? Let me know. I'm also very interested in people's lineups on fantasy football too. I like to see what people drafted / what they traded for. Now, speaking of non-American football, so soccer in America, basically the FIFA Cup just happened, right? And I believe it was Argentina that just won, right? Argentina? Actually, let me look this up. I don't even know if that's the right country. So basically, Argentina won the FIFA World Cup. That was probably the most entertaining game of football / soccer I have ever watched. I don't like football. I love American football. Don't like football. What do I even say here? I don't like soccer. Dude, I don't even have enough respect for it to even say football. It's soccer, dude. It's soccer. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of soccer. I'm not a fan of soccer. It just has never interested me. And it's just like not very enjoyable for me to watch. But this specific game was awesome. Watching probably one of the best players we'll ever see historically just was awesome. It was obviously huge for Argentina too. Big props to Argentina for winning in football. Not football, soccer. I thought that was easily the most entertaining game of soccer I'll probably ever watch. And I hope to see something like that again, to be honest. What football do you guys like most? Obviously, I grew up with American football, and that's just where I am, and that's probably where I'm going to be. Never big liked soccer when I was growing up. It just never super interested me. That World Cup game definitely might have changed my mind a bit. I didn't even start watching it until it was tied 2-2 as well. I missed I missed everything leading up to that. It was 2-0 Argentina, and then 2-2 tied. France came back with 2 goals of their own, tying it up. Insane. And then I ended up watching the rest, go into overtime, the free kicks, whatever you call it. I don't know soccer like that. Mastery!